Why are women so manipulative? Right off the bat, this sounds like a very misogynistic statement. So let's back up a little bit. A lot of psychologists say that the whole purpose of language is to influence other people, to use our words to alter the behavior of another person to help us get our needs met. Or the whole purpose of language is to manipulate other people to get our needs met. The very first time you made a sound, the purpose was to manipulate all the people around you, to help you get your needs met, to change your diaper, to give you something to eat, to keep you entertained when you were bored. So a better question might be, why are women so much better at this than men? It's a pretty commonly understood idea that if a man wants to talk to a woman, he's got to learn how. There's some kind of a learning curve. He's got to learn language patterns. He's got to learn approach techniques. He's got to build his confidence. He's got to practice small talk. But women don't need to do any of that. They just show up and say, hi, and get what they want. Or at least that's the theory in the manosphere. But everybody would kind of agree that women are much better at doing this, at using game, than men. Men need to practice game, but women seem to come pre-programmed with very high levels of game, very high levels of ninja game. So why is this? And more importantly, how can you use this understanding to live a more full life? Well, anytime we have a question about human nature and why humans are the way they are, we can look to evolutionary psychology to help us and to imagine what it was like back in the days of hunter-gatherers and see if we can see how these modern traits would have helped us back in the past. And how did we live back in the past? Well, you had men and women, hunters and gatherers. Men were the hunters, women were the gatherers. For some reason that nobody understands, long before we were humans, we split along gender lines. Every other animal in the world, the male animal and the female animal, they go after the same food. But for some reason, humans or proto-humans split along gender lines. Men hunted and got protein and fat. Women gathered and got roots and nuts and occasional fruits. This was a comprehensive eating plan that allowed us to live in a lot more places. Other animals, they're constricted to where they can find food. And because they go after the same food, the males and the females, they're stuck in that area. But humans can live anywhere. Anywhere there's other animals, anywhere we can get roots out of the ground. And so our life way was very simple. The men would chase the food. The women would chase the men or follow the men. Or another way to put it was men would follow the wealth. The wealth of ancient societies was food. And the women and everybody else would follow the men. And so you can see this as a masculine energy and a feminine energy. The masculine energy was to go out into the world and kill stuff so everybody could eat. The feminine energy would be to use their feminine skills of manipulation to access the results of that wealth production. So the masculine energy goes out, the female energy catches them and then manipulates them with feminine energy to share the wealth with everybody. But then once all the wealth is gone, all the food is eaten, the masculine energy takes over again and goes out to kill something else. And so this was kind of a follow thing that lasted a long time. And so if a man had a choice between giving into female manipulation, that felt good in the short term, but as soon as the food ran out, his masculine energy kicked in again and he had to go out and kill something. Now in the modern world, this can turn into a train wreck. You have a man living his masculine life, then he meets a woman, and her instincts are compelling her to manipulate him out of his masculine energy. Now that's okay, or it was okay in the past, because he would always go out and kill more stuff. He would always be compelled by his external environment, the lack of food, to go out and kill something else. But today, there's no external thing compelling you to maintain your masculinity. So a lot of people have this problem. They get into a relationship with a woman. She uses her ancient instincts, not really understanding why she's doing that, to manipulate him out of his masculine energy, but then he stays without any masculine energy. And once that happens, she's no longer attracted to him, and they break up, and the guy is devastated. So how can you avoid this? How can you avoid losing your masculine energy to the naturally manipulative powers of a female? Now, keep in mind, this is not a bad thing, because if females didn't do this in the past, we would have gone extinct. If the men went hunting and killed something, and the women were not that skilled at manipulating the men out of the wealth, then we wouldn't have survived. Everybody would have starved. So female manipulation is a fantastic thing that helped us to survive. So don't think of it as a bad thing. Think of it as just a part of life that you need to understand and to deal with. So how do you deal with this? Well, the easiest way is to replicate our ancient hunter-gatherer life way, which means you need to have some kind of wealth that you are always following. Some kind of ambition that you are always following. Something that you want to create with your life. Some huge dream that you're going after. And inside your own mind, you should never really say this overtly, but inside your own mind, your ambition should be the most important thing in your life. More important than any woman. Because as soon as you give up your ambition for a woman, you will have no more masculine energy and she will lose interest in you. This is a paradox of modern times that isn't really a paradox if you understand our hunter-gatherer origins. But the paradox is a woman's instinctive manipulative powers are intending to get you out of your masculine energy, but once that happens, she loses interest in you. So it seems like women have this instinct to manipulate a man until she's no longer interested, which is bad for both people. This is why they have this idea called instinct mismatch. The instincts that worked perfectly, fantastically in the past don't work so well today. So you need to understand and manage your ancient instincts. And you can do that as far as your masculine energy by always having an ambition that you are following. Always have an ambition that is more important than any particular woman. Don't ever say that out loud. Don't ever tell her that. But that's how you live your life. That's how you go after your goals. So if you don't have an ambition, you need to get one. You need to build one. But the good news is you don't actually need to get your ambition to be attractive to a woman. You don't even need to get close to your ambition. You just need to be doing something every day that's moving you closer and closer and closer. And so long as you have an ambition, and you're moving closer and closer and closer to your ambition, you will be attractive to women. But you need to realize consciously and manage your instincts consciously and not let her completely manipulate you out of your masculine energy. You need to stand firm, have a backbone, and go after your life more importantly than you go after any woman. So you might consider that this is your purpose in life, to have an ambition, to go after your ambition with as much confidence and courage that you can, and allow the woman to follow you and choose the best qualified one to help you get your ambition. To go through your life, to learn the skills you need, to learn the designs you need, to learn to build the intelligence you need, to build the confidence you need, to go after your ambition and meet women along the way and choose one that is willing to follow you and help you get your ambition. That's a very boiled down, very oversimplified definition of your purpose. You can think of 3 levels of life. The first level is a man with no ambition and no women. And unfortunately, this is a lot of men today. They're going through life on autopilot, doing the bare minimum, not really willing to push themselves outside their comfort zones, and they wonder why their life sucks so much. The next level is you have not a big ambition, but you kind of have a woman. This is better than this one, but it's still kind of something's missing. The third level, the ideal level, is where you have an ambition that you're chasing and you have a woman that is following you, just like our ancient hunter-gatherers, and she's helping you achieve your ambition. This is the ideal to strive for. And to get there, step 1 is to build an ambition. Come up with something you want to achieve with your life and start doing things every day to get closer to that. Step 2 is to just interact with as many people as you can, males and females. Build a social circle and just go through life and qualify women based on how willing they are to help you achieve your ambition and whether or not they follow you on your goal to your ambition. And just keep doing this until you get to this top level. It's really not that complicated. But it does require you maintain active, conscious management of your own masculine energy. And your masculine energy is best expressed when you are chasing that ambition. When you're not chasing women, but you're chasing that ambition. And realize she's going to try to talk you out of that with her instinctive, manipulative behaviors, but don't let her. It feels good for a little bit, but always remember to get back to chasing your ambition. So that's your goal in life. That's your purpose in life. Choose an ambition. Go after your ambition. Interact with as many people as you can. Sort through all the people in the world to find those rare few people, men and women, that will help you get closer to your ambition, and choose one special lady that you can call your own, that you can create a life with. That is your goal should you choose to accept it. If you want to learn more, please check out the links below. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.